Welcome to a new series where I'll be making my Beyblade combos and then having you beat it. I recently made a post where I showed you guys 3 Beyblade combos and then had you guys comment your combos to counter mine. But I also had some very small guidelines and restrictions just for balance purposes. So here's the first combo I listed. It was Flame Striker 230 Coat Sharp, and the restriction was to use parts previous to the 4D system. This combo is pretty common in the competitive scene just because it's extremely good for defense and stamina. A huge reason why this Beyblade is extremely good for defense is because of the 230 spin track and the Coat Sharp tip. The 230 spin track actually makes it quite hard for attack type Beyblades to knock this Beyblade out. And the Coat Sharp tip just adds another layer of defense, because if this Beyblade were to get hit by a high speed moving attack type Beyblade, the rubber portion on this tip would add a lot more resistance, helping it not get knocked out. And the Beyblade combo to counter this one was Hell Susano 90 Wide Flat. So far, this is a really low height Beyblade with the wide flat tip. I have heard that the Hell Fusion Wheel is actually pretty good for upper attack, so perhaps this might be a pretty good attack type. He is using the 90 spin track, which is almost the lowest spin track that you can get in Beyblade. Also, is it just me, or is it also weird for you guys to see the Hell Fusion Wheel without seeing the boost disc spin track from Hell's Kerpex? So here's a side-by-side comparison. Already you can kind of see the height difference. My Beyblade is using one of the tallest spin track, and your Beyblade is using one of the smallest spin track that you can get. We're going to be doing a best of 5, so first to 3 points, we'll take it all. Already you can kind of see the purpose of the 230 spin track here. It's not really taking any damage from your Beyblade. Unfortunately, due to the height difference of the spin track, it's actually making you take a lot more damage than I am whenever you're hitting me. The battle is slowly coming to an end, and it looks like your Beyblade is about to get a sleep out, and now the score is 1-0 for Flame Striker. Another reason why the Flame 230 combo is a really good combo for competitive play is because it can actually outspin a lot of stamina types. In battle, when you're going against a stamina type using the Flame 230 combo, the stamina type combo will usually hit the spin track as well, and will actually be getting drained a lot more than the Flame 230 combo. You guys should try it out for yourself. Use a stamina type combo using the Metal Fight Limited format against the Flame 230 CS combo. You'd be very surprised to see that this Beyblade would pretty much outspin a lot of other Beyblades. Here's a highlight from that battle. The one time you got a really good hit was when the Hell Fusion Wheel actually interacted with the Flame Fusion Wheel. The score is now 2-0. So for this battle, I wanted to see if your Beyblade could beat my Beyblade using a tornado stalling method. Tornado stallers basically run around the stadium having no contact with the other Beyblade and hoping to be able to outspin them. This can usually work with tips like wide flat or extreme flat or metal flat. But it looks like the Flame 230 CS combo just wins at the end. Definitely a good try, but unfortunately it was a 3-0 win. If I had to change your combo, I would probably add a taller spin track like Horn 145 or Gravity Ball 145. Now for my second combo, I had Bakushin Leon 90 Coat Sharp. I asked you guys to try to beat it with an attack type and use parts once again below the 4D generation. This is another iteration of a defense type Beyblade. This one is meant to be hit a lot more often and to be able to deflect attacks easily. For this combo, I was debating whether to use Rubber Sharp or Rubber Ball just to make it a lot more tanky. But then I realized that there could be some attack types that could actually outspin me. So I had to stick with the safe option and go Coat Sharp because it's still pretty good for defense and has some good stamina. Our comment goes to Anime SC, and his combo is Gravity Destroyer Switch 145 in attack mode with Rubber Flat and a metal faceball. His comment says, this mostly uses the high recoil of Gravity, but because of Bakushin, I'm planning on getting it under the bay for some attacks. So Gravity is actually a really good attack type combo in the Metal Fight Limited format. Paired with the Rubber Flat tip, this should be an overall really good combo for an attack type. I think the main question is to see if the SA165 spin track is good enough to make this attack combo be able to beat mine. I've personally always liked the SA165 spin track with the Rubber Flat tip just because it looks so cool and adds that huge gap in between the spin track and the fusion wheel. Now here's another side-by-side comparison of Bakushin Leon and Gravity Destroyer. I think when comparing the height, the Bakushin Fusion Wheel is actually at that height where it can actually get stuck in between the Gravity Fusion Wheel and the SA165 spin track. So now let's get on to the battle by doing another best of 5, so first to 3 points, we'll take it off. A brutal hit just completely breaks the setup. And now let's look at this again in real time. That was some great defense from Bakushin there, and now the score is 1-0. Looks like the stamina on my Beyblade takes the win here, and now the score is 2-0. And a great hit from Gravity Destroyer here, and now the score is 2-1. By the way, I'm not sure if the initial hit from Bakushin onto Charmander earlier kind of broke the audio, so if it does sound a little bit funky, just ignore it for now, and in the next video, everything will be back to normal. My Beyblade manages to outsleep yours, and now the score is 3-1. I think in this case, your Beyblade was just a little bit too tall to actually hit my fusion wheel. I think if you chose a shorter spin track like the one I had to have more interaction with the fusion wheel, then you would have gotten a lot more knockouts. But this time it looked like your spin track was hitting my fusion wheel most of the time. Now for my third combo, I went with an attack type. This combo is Pegasus change 120, and I realized I put a typo there with rubber flat tip. And the guidelines were just to use parts once again below the 4D generation. So this is one of my favorite attack type combos to use in the Metal Fight Limited format. You guys may be able to tell, but the pre-hybrid Pegasus wheel is extremely similar to the Cyber Fusion wheel. But this fusion wheel is way better than the Cyber Fusion wheel for attack. And the change 120 spin track lets you adapt to whatever your opponent is using. In case I need to be a little bit taller just to face off against another taller Beyblade, I can just change the height of the spin track. This is something you can use just in case your opponent uses something like a Flame 230 CS combo that I used earlier. And our third comment goes to Frozinium Z. His comment is Grand Capricorn, Gravity Ball, Coat Sharp. His comment says, if possible, could you use the orangish brown energy ring for the Capricorn? I used to own a Fury Capricorn with that ring. Brings back memories. I unfortunately do not have that energy ring color, so I will have to be using the regular Capricorn ring. So far, looking at all the parts, it looks like this Beyblade is a defense type. It uses the Gravity Ball 145 spin track to add a lot more weight onto this Beyblade, and the Coat Sharp tip just to add a lot more resistance onto it as well. This will be a very interesting battle as we're going against a defense type Beyblade as an attack type. So let's here see a side-by-side comparison once again. They are relatively the same height, with mine being a little bit shorter since I am using the short mode on the CH120 spin track. We're going to be doing a best of 5 once again, so first to 3 points, we'll take it all. It looks like my Beyblade wasn't able to knock yours out, and now the score is 0-1. I decided to change the height a little bit, so I'm going to make this a little bit taller just so I can be able to hit your fusion wheel a lot more efficiently. And already we can see the improvement with the small height difference. The score is now 1-1. Pegasus sends Capricorn flying, and now the score is 2-1. A great counterattack by Capricorn, and now the score is tied 2-2. Pegasus gets another one-hit KO, which means the score is now 3-2. The small height difference actually changed the outcome of this battle. If I were to change anything, I would probably change the Grand Fusion wheel for the Earth Fusion wheel and have a shorter height spin track. So if you guys want to be in the next video, I'll be posting 3 combos in the comments, and you guys just need to comment on one of them to see which one you want to counter. Try to have a separate comment and not like to reply to mine, just so it could be spread out a lot more. This video, I mainly just chose the top 3 like comments, but I think for the next video, I'll have it a lot more randomized. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.